Hi, this is Jackie from Bronx Bangles, here with the continuation of my Bangles, and More Bangles video. So let's get started. You know me, I like to get started real fast. I don't like to chit chat too much. If you like my video, please subscribe, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bells if you want to. I'm going to try to do this once a week. I haven't really been so successful, but I'm going to try. First, I'd like to introduce you to Mono Mono. This is my a monkey, and he is the keeper of my bangles. He loves to wear these jewelry, and I sometimes have necklaces hanging from his neck. And next time you see him, I might put the necklaces on because he gets upset when I take them off. But this is Mono Mono. And really what I wanted to show you really quickly is that you could hang bangles off of just about different ways. You don't always have to just put them in a box and hide them away. In this case, I'm displaying it on the monkey. I'm also displaying it on this tree here that I got at TJ Maxx. I wish I can find more of these because these are awesome. And I think I'm going to get a stick and hang some of my bangles up that way, the cashmere bangles, because they're very colorful and they're hand painted, and I think that would be displayed really well. So when I get that up, I'll show it to you. So let's get started. Mono Mono on this leg here was wearing these bangles here, and these are like my African bangles, and I find these at the thrift store. I found all of these at the thrift store, but these are elephant bangles, and you have mother of pearl, you have the brass elephant, and then you have the wood, as well as I want to say, okay, this is like plastic. So I found each of these at the thrift store, and look how cool they look all together. Elephants are very, very spirited animals, and they represent good luck and peace, and also they're symbolic of remembering, because they say that elephants have the best memory. They can remember their keepers for many, many years. And there's also a saying that says the elephant has a trunk up. You face the elephant's tail to the back of the room and the tusk to the front of the room, and you hang money from the trunk going up. And if the elephant's trunk is going down, it's a sign of bad luck. So make sure your elephant trunks are up. Okay? I also found this at the thrift store. This is mother of pearls, brass. And I don't know what the green is. It's sort of a kind of an enamel that has some crushed what do you call that? Abalone. So it's crushed abalone inside these green enamel. And it kind of look really nice all together like this. You know, you can have this and this together. Isn't that pretty? Love anything green. Green is one of my favorite colors. So speaking on green, here are two different types of green. These are kind of like lucite. They're very heavy. This one I just acquired about 2 weeks ago, and I think I paid like $2 for it at the thrift store. But look at the way that glows. It's like a neon green, and it's bright and colorful. And I think when you put that on and you're walking down the street, people are going to notice it, because that green shouts out at you. This, on the other hand, is more of a subdued sea green. And I lived 30 years out on Long Island, and one of the things I miss most about Long Island are the beaches. In Orient Point, in Hamptons, West Hampton, Southampton, and also Montauk. Those were my favorite places to be, and they still are. I go out to Long Island quite often. I live in the Bronx now, in Riverdale, and so the one thing I miss more than anything about Long Island is the beaches. And so I tend to gravitate towards things that are reminiscent of the sea. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I'm a Scorpion, and Scorpions are water. It's a water sign. And so whenever I need to rejuvenate my spirit, I go to the beach to get rejuvenated. The water, I don't even have to go inside the water. I just got to feel the water next to me. see the water, hear the water, feel the water in my toes. But I love anything that's reminiscent of the sea, and that's what this is. It's like a sea glass. Let's go over here. This is two different things. Here we go. This is a Coach bangle, and I've showed you bangles made of brass, bangles made of lucite, acrylic, metal, enamel. This one happens to be a bangle made of leather. And look how strong that leather is. And it has these little rivet type things. I don't know what you would call them, but you can hear it. And you can set them whichever way you want. This one is from Coach, and I love the color of it. So that's why I bought that one. I think I worn that once or twice. Here is another lucite bangle. This one is hand painted reversed. So this is painted. And I do have a lot of lucite bangles that are very similar to this that are not painted. So, I mean, it's an idea. I guess I could, if I chose to, maybe do some painting. And I started taking up painting. And I do have quite a bit of lucite bangles that look just like this. And after looking at this, I think I'm inspired to maybe take one of them and paint them and make it a unique piece for myself. Since I have about 4 or 5 of them, I think I could take one of them and maybe paint it up and make it more custom. Don't you think? But jewelry gives you inspiration, and so this is an inspiration to me right now as I see this. This is a mother of pearl. Oh no, it's like a bone. That's what this is. It's dyed bone, dyed in turquoise, and with the brass inside. It's a nice layer piece. Here's another brass piece. I have an extensive brass bangle collection, very lightweight, but the design on it is very cool. But jewelry comes in different kinds of material. This one, as an example, is made of turquoise. I don't know if this is real turquoise or not, but I think it might be real turquoise. The problem with this one is that it doesn't fit me. Now, I could use my bag technique that if you saw in my other video, you would know. Take this and this goes slide. I don't want to do it because this is really thin, and I'll probably end up selling this one at some point. I don't really sell a lot of my jewelry, although I do sell some. I haven't taken to selling it because as a collector, believe it or not, collectors don't like to sell their things. They like to hoard them and keep them, and I'm a total jewelry hoarder. But one of the things I wanted to get off of from doing these videos is releasing some of these things out there to some of you guys who might want it. And this is a very small, for a bangle for a small hand. Jewelry is made of different materials. You hear that? Just the sound of it, it's just amazing. Now, believe it or not, this is 2 different materials. This one here, I believe, is made of glass. Whereas this one here, I believe, is made of porcelain. That's painted. I think there's 2 parts to this porcelain. It's the black and the white, and then I think it's painted gold. It is marked. I don't know anything about this maker, so take a good look if anybody knows who this maker is. Please let me know. 3 squiggly lines that look like waves, and then I think it's a TR. If anyone knows who that is, please let me know. But what I do love is the sound of that. I do. Speaking of bracelets made of different materials, this is a cinnabar, but I don't think this is a real cinnabar. I think that this is plastic made to look like cinnabar, a turquoise cinnabar. And I do have an extensive cinnabar collection that, if you can look up here behind that case, behind Mono. I have a cinnabar collection that one of my videos I'm going to pull out. This is one of those brass pieces, bone dyed, similar to the other one, if I can find it. Here we go. Okay. I think this is similar techniques. This is a better quality. It's thicker, it's heavier, it's wider, but it's similar technique. And that's cool. Here is a Juicy Couture bangle bracelet that has little charms hanging out. And because this is an easy bracelet to wear, I do wear it quite often. I like things that are yellow. And I love bird motifs. Bird motifs, if you saw one of my other videos, I think I talked about it. But basically the bird motif reminds me of my father. Birds are messengers, and they bring you messages. So when you see a bird near you, they're trying to tell you something. So pay attention. Listen to this. Look at the signs. Look what's surrounding where they're landing, where they're flying over, because they're trying to tell you something. Usually it's from one of your ancestors. In my case, it's my dad. My dad had 2 birds tattooed on his chest when he was 18 years old in Hawaii. He fought in the Korean War in the 1950s. And he loved birds. And in the Bronx, when we lived here in the 80s, we had a house with a pigeon coop on the top of the house. And he flew birds. My father loved birds. So I gravitate towards anything with a bird motif. And that's why that is. This is a no-name brand bangle. But I really liked the color combination and the rhinestones on here. So I bought it, even though it's probably not the highest quality. It's still decent, and the color combinations are quite cool. Now, bangles and bracelets are made from all different types of sources. In this case, this one's made of mink. I've never worn it. And the only reason why I bought it, because I'm not really a mink person, because of the animals and the social aspect of it. I tend to buy things that I don't have, things that are made from unique materials. And in this case, it was mink. So for those people, I hope I don't want to offend anyone, and I don't mean to offend anyone, you could wear something like that. This was something I recently bought, and I wasn't sure if this was Bakelite. So I took a chance and bought it. And when I came home, I realized that it was not Bakelite. But the color is cool. It has that like wine color. And I used to work at a winery out on Long Island. I worked for several years as a wine import, for Italian wine import company out on Long Island. And so I look at this and I think of that time. And that's what jewelry should do for you. Jewelry should just be a way to wear history, to remind you of a special friend or a special someone. In the case of this, it reminds me of working at the winery. Although it wasn't my favorite job, I did meet some great people from there, and that's what it reminds me of. Or in this case, when I wear these little birds, it reminds me of my dad. And in this case, when I wear this bracelet, it reminds me of the sea. Okay, Mona, what do we got here? Another bangle with elephant motif. Oh, wow. Here, you see, sometimes when you pull out your collection, you don't even know what you have. And in this case, I have another one of these, and they kind of actually look really good together. And I can see like Iris Apfel wearing this combination. Totally see her wear this combination. I think this is really, really a nice combination. And I probably wouldn't have noticed it had it not been for me pulling this out to show you guys. So, serendipity. There's another bangle. I think it's really cool, the motif on it, the color of it. It's lightweight. It's probably inexpensive. A couple of dollars, if that. Here is another one of those bangles made with brass, dyed. This one looks like it's actually coral. It looks like it's coral. Here's another probably vintage bangle. Can't say it's beautiful. I think it is old, in the 70s perhaps, with flowers. Another brass bangle in brown. Probably will look good like that. That's a good combination right there. I'll keep that together. And this is a cool one because I think these are made with African trade beads. And I wish I could find more of these because I can imagine how amazingly gorgeous this would be if you had several of these African beaded bangles. And I'm going to keep my eyes out open for it because I would love to stack them up. This is cool. Speaking of stacking, I tend to buy things that are stackable. In this case, you have this rainbow collection here. How cool is that? Okay, so it looks like that on one side, wood on the other side, and I think this will look so cool on. I think I wore it once. Probably should wear it more often. I like that. Okay, Mona. What else you got for me? Oh, this one is interesting. This is like another one of those lucite. It's not named. There's no name brand on it. Almost has that apple juice look to it. But inside of it, there is like an aluminum foil made into a bracelet dipped inside this lucite. I think this is really cool. Unique. And never seen anyone like it. It's the first time I saw something like this. But this is an actual, let me pull these out. This one is an apple juice bangle. And these are worth a ton of money. I've seen these go for like $300, $200, $250. And I bought this at the thrift store for $4 because they don't know what they have sometimes. And there's still good deals to be had, including this one here. And this one's also worth quite some money. This is a reverse carved bangle. So is this one. So what they do is they take this lucite, and it has some weight to it, and they carve in the inside, and this is what it looks like looking in from the outside. And then I think the red might be I don't know. But this is also carved. I'm going to put these away because I realize these are worth a pretty penny. And they really shouldn't be on this mono. Notice that there's some scratches here. And that's probably going to decrease the value of it. And if I continue to scratch them, it's just going to be worthless. Here is a cool wooden bracelet carved in the shape of a zebra and hand painted. Imagine wearing this. Nice thing about this is that it's big, you know. Let's take these down. Mono. Look at these two bracelets. I bought these two together. I wish I had a third or something similar to it because I like to wear things in threes. The colors are gorgeous. This has like a spinachy color, and this is like a burnt ivory color, and very cool. This kind of has the same idea as this one here, in that it's irregular. See how it's thick over here, thin over here, and this one goes up and down, thick and thin, and kind of looks cool together. Imagine all these three. That does look real nice, doesn't it? This are plastic bangles, carved with green, made to look like jade. These are not jade, although I do have some jade bangles. These aren't the real jade. So you can wear these very comfortably and easily without fear. These three, you got these two. I love the green. And I remember buying this, I want to say like at Ann Taylor or something like that. One of those type stores, good like 15 years ago. And I remember wishing they had another red one because I wanted them to buy the red, but they didn't. So I bought one red and the two green. If I had a chance to do it again, I'd probably buy 3 greens because that green is awesome. Now, these two, I don't know a lot about them, but I want to say that these are designer made, like a Moniz, perhaps. I don't know. But this is like a petrified wood. It's thick. It's heavy for the size of it. It is quite heavy. It might just be a regular cheapy bangle, but it's really well made. And the design of it is a classic. And then this here, I don't know what this is made from. I don't know if it's lucite. It has a little bit of irregularity in here. But I found these two together like that. And so I don't know if they belong together or they're just that somebody put them together because they're oval shaped. Anybody knows anything about these, let me know. This is a huge hunker. And this one, excuse me, has elephants and turtle motif. I want to say it's African. Yeah, so you have elephant and turtle. But that's really pretty. And again, with my elephants, I have no particular reason to like elephants, unlike the birds. But this one here is made, I think there's a burn technique to this, where they burn in the elephant. For a big bangle, it goes in on my arm pretty nicely. And that is a really nice piece. This is from Two's Company, and it's called Impossible Redefined. The Impossible Redefined. And there was a whole series of bangles that were being put out there that had sayings on them. They were popular for a while. I don't know if they still are. But sometimes I find ones that really speak to me. The Impossible Redefined. That sort of speaks to me. Oh no, I promised to put these back on you. I know you like your jewelry. This is a big 1980s. I can't say it's the best made cuff, but it's kind of cool. This one I happen to like a lot because it has like an Etruscan look to it, and I recently acquired this one. It's not a name brand, but look at the snap on that. That's unique. I don't see that. I think this is a vintage. Speaking of Bakelite previously, I did test these two, and they are Bakelite. And this is a very popular motif, and these are worth quite a penny. And I think I'm going to be putting these and these away. I think I'm going to stop here because it's 25 minutes. I guess I didn't realize how much I rambled on and on and on. And what I'll do is I'll pull out some more bangles and finish these up for you in a third and probably final bangle video. And then from there, since this is still new to me and I'm still trying to figure this out, probably move on to my brooch collection. So that's what I'll do, okay? Let me know if this is something that interests you. I hope I'm not, I hope I'm giving you something to look at, and maybe you can start a bangle collection of your own. Let me know what you think. Hit that subscribe button. I'll put in a final bangle, and more bangles video. Finish these off, and maybe Mono will make another appearance. And with that, I'll let you go. Adios. Ciao.